Hello everyone, this is Tim Off with the Nintendo Dads, coming at you with another review. It's been a while, but now I've got a couple reviews for you. Well, just one review. You'll have to go to another video for the other review. But today's review is for a game called Manual Samuel. And today is also a special review because this gameplay footage that you're seeing now is actually from my son, whose name is also Samuel. I had him play the game while I was watching him and kind of directing things and seeing how things went from his perspective. I wanted to record our voices while we were doing this, but I didn't have things set up that way. So I figured I would just narrate after the recording. So as you can see, there's a couple options here to do co-op or single player. I just had him do single player to start with, and had him look at some of these options before he clicked on story mode. But while we're going through the gameplay, I'll talk about some of the game details. This game released on August 16th for $9.99 in the United States, or around a tenner depending on your location. Other previous platforms that this game has been on is Steam, and was released in October 11th in 2016. So another game from Steam that's made its way to Switch. Currently there are no demos for this game, so I wish I could tell you to go check it out, but you'd have to buy it to do that right now.
We're not doing that? Our story begins in the middle of last Tuesday, where a hopeless young freeloader called Sam is sipping a fancy cup of coffee with a name nobody can pronounce. Sam was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. But not the actual spoon that he has in his mouth now. That is a different spoon. But a figurative spoon that represents all the wealth and attention that he has been receiving from his parents. And their butlers. And their butlers' parents. You're a douche, aren't you, Sam? Blink twice if yes. He can't hear me. This is Sam's girlfriend, also not being heard by Sam. She's mad at Sam for his lack of responsibility, produced by his large wealth. She also mentions the fact that Sam has forgotten her birthday for the third year in a row. Sam's girlfriend is upset. As with most rich and famous brats, Sam does not pick up on that. Instead, he decides to lay this gem.
Things just work out for me, baby. I can't just run around and do stuff. I'd end up with a limp spine
Then,
or something.
Sam's girlfriend does something she should have done a long time ago.
So as you can see, this is a very interesting story as it's already starting out. But as this is progressing, I'll still talk about the game a little bit more, some more details. The game has 1 to 2 players simultaneously, or by yourself, obviously. And when playing 2 players, it's hilarious, but also frustrating, because depending on what kind of mood you're in, basically both people should be on the same page. Do you want to play and goof around, or are you trying to complete this game? So, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. You can play this game in handheld mode, tabletop mode, TV mode, and you can also use a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. And when we tried this game, we also used my son's PDP Face-Off Super Mario Star wired controller, which worked great for him, and I used the Joy-Cons when I played with him with the game. So the category is action adventure, and it was published by Curve Digital and developed by Perfectly Paranormal. And take a pause for a moment and say thanks to those guys for giving us a review copy of this game so that we could review it and bring it out to you close to the release date. According to How Long to Beat, says it takes about 2 hours to beat the main story, or 4.5 hours for a completionist.
Oh, what's the difference?
The graphics fit the feel of this game. It's not blow your mind graphics, but they don't suck either. It almost feels like it could have been made with Flash, but after the intro I really didn't pay much attention to it. I was really getting to the silliness of the game. Speaking of which, I had at this point had Sammy exit the single player mode and go into the multiplayer mode, or the co-op mode. And in order to do that, we were trying to see how to do that, but then realized, oh, we're going to have to start a new file in order to do this, because this file was a single player mode only file. So keep that in mind when you're playing this game, that you do have 3 slots. You can use one for single player, another one for co-op, and another one for whoever else needs it. Again, this point, this is where he used his controller, his wired controller, and I used my Joy-Cons. And they worked out both well. Since we're in the co-op layout, I'm going to talk a little bit about the control. Controlling Samuel is hilarious and requires some quick muscle memory in order to make sure Samuel lives throughout this game. In co-op mode, it's even more hilarious because you guys are sharing body functions throughout the game. In this case, I'm setting it up for Sammy to take care of his legs and his spine and the blinking. I'm taking care of the head area and his arms and the breathing. But I love this aspect of it so that you can control certain aspects of the Samuel character, and it makes it much more enjoyable. Now let's go back to the other details. The sound. Like the graphics, I didn't notice anything really bad about the sound, and I did enjoy the music. It didn't stand out to where it was annoying or anything like that, so it was good. And there's even a part where there's a heavy metal rock piece that goes with War, and you'll get into that later in the story, but I thought that was pretty cool. And the narrator was great as well. I liked his voice, I liked his tone, and it made it even more funny when skipping some scenes, especially as you'll see as we go through the story here in co-op mode. Since we've already seen the scenes, we skipped it, and the narrator calls it out, which is really cool. The story is silly and makes me want to know more. It makes Sammy want to know more. Does Samuel learn his lesson? Does he live? Does he get the girl? Does he become best buds with Death? Who knows? But a little getting ahead of myself here, my son actually wanted to buy this game, and he woke me up this morning after we recorded yesterday and said, "Dad, I want this game on my Switch." So we did that, and he bought it with his allowance, bought the game, and he'd been playing it. And every now and then when I step in on him while he's playing this game, I notice how far he's into it, and this game does get deeper and deeper into the story, and there's a lot of surprises. So this video won't get into it, and I don't want to spoil anything in case you do buy it, but definitely the story's there. On the challenge side of things, as a single player, it does get a little challenging to try and breathe and walk and pick up things and blink and eat and stand up and on and on and on. But that's what makes it fun, especially in co-op mode, as I mentioned before, because you can share those controls, especially when you get coordinated. The best thing to do is to define what you want to accomplish before you start playing with a friend or your kids. You have to define, do you want to play silly so you know you're both goofing around, or do you both want to complete this game? When you're both on the same page, it'll make things a lot more easier.
He has to blink rapidly to regain his vision.
The fun factor for this game is really fun, in both of my son, Sammy, and my opinion. We had a lot of fun with this, and he's having a lot of fun with it right now. In fact, he's upstairs playing this game right now. He wanted to buy this game so bad that he woke me up this morning and said, "I want to play this." So he got it, like I said, with his allowance. He's playing it right now, and he's having a lot of fun with it, and it looks a lot of fun. So I can't wait to play it myself. The family friendliness side of things, this game is rated T for teen for its humor, violence, and suggestive themes, at least on the US side. For example, Death will say "holy feces" every now and then, and a couple other things that may not be suitable for kids under 12. Just depends on what you guys allow or not allow your kids to hear. So I would suggest listening or watching to some videos, or you can just kind of see from here if it's an okay level of humor for you. And I kind of associate it to like maybe Cartoon Network humor, maybe getting into the Adult Swim side of things or Simpsons side of things. But I was okay with my son. He's 10 and he's playing the game and having a lot of fun. And of course I played it with him, and there's some times where I walk in on him, and if I need to explain anything, I will. In my opinion, and also in my son's opinion, this game is a buy. Even more so if you catch it on sale, but definitely for $9.99, this is a good game, a great game, especially as I see the story progress while my son's playing it. It looks well worth it. And that's my game review for now. I'll leave you to watching some gameplay for Emmanuel Samuel. Hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far or heard so far. Again, I hope you think about picking it up. It's a good game, especially if you're into this type of gameplay. Also, look for other reviews on the Nintendo Dad's YouTube channel and look for some of your favorites. And if there's any that you don't see and you'd like us to review, let us know in our Discord channel, and we'll try to see if we can get a review copy out for you. Until next time, this is Tim, and signing off on behalf of my son. Check you later.
Why, hello there, dear Sam. Sam has seen enough. He goes back to death and his deal. Why, hello there, dear sir. Let's see if we can find a job for you. You get to be a minesweeper. That'll be all your shreds, dear sir. He keeps the last shred for the next time he meets the gatekeeper of hell, whenever that's going to be. Death resurrects Sam, but he has to live for 24 hours manually, and all this would make way more sense, of course, if you would stop skipping stuff. Sam has just traveled through time, space, and logic, and finds himself fully alive, and more importantly, rich again. His joy is only dimmed by the fact that he can't move at all. This is when he shows up. Death.
Yo, oh, yeah, you look horrible. I mean, you look great, bro. You be okay? Can you hear me? Blink twice if yes. Oh, cool. You be alive. Everything be fine. Aight, so, this here be the dealing biz. All your body functions be manual, so you kinda have to do stuff on purpose. You be turning kinda blue. Might wanna consider breathing. be blinking and breathing, that'd be bitchin'. So, alright. Go survive for a day, and I'll let you live normally for the rest of your life. If you somehow die within the next 24 hours, you'll go to hell and I'll keep your shreds forever. I'll be over there doing kick flips if and you need me.
Once again, Sam has to make an effort to get up. This time, he has to focus on his spine. And once again, he has to remind himself how to walk.
Oh, by the way, dude, you be getting late for work.
Sam does something that resembles walking toward the bathroom.
Gonna do a kick flip.
Sam holds on to that toothbrush like his life depends on it. Sam has some trouble with his posture and has to focus on his spine. With clean teeth, Sam is dumb enough to breathe in with his mouth full of water. He has to cough. Sam tries to take a leak.
Hey, dude, have you seen my... Oh.
Sam has some trouble with his posture and has to focus on his spine. Sam takes a leak everywhere, including but not limited to himself. One empty bladder later, Sam moves on. Sam has some trouble with his posture and has to focus. Sam tries to take a shower. He looks like a mantis that's trying to explain to someone how a bicycle works. Sam is clean as a whistle. Good job, Sam. Clean and empty, Sam decides to find some clues.
Friggin' skateboard. Alright, let's see here. Yeah!
Sam can open doors now. Clever boy. What is over there, Sam? Your spine, Sam. It matters. Sam enters his wardrobe. What will he wear today? He picks a pair of blue jeans, the ugly ones. Sam successfully puts on his pants, feeling more accomplished than ever. He proceeds to find a jacket. Only the best one will do. He settles for a mediocre one. Humble. Fully clothed, Sam is ready for the day. P.S. He's not. He puts on his shoes, living the dream of having shoes on. Sam's vision is blurrier than a Norwegian teenager at a wedding. He decides to blink. Sam walks down. Sam decides to hurl himself down the stairs, apparently too used to hurling money around. Flappy Rooster is Sam's favorite game. He has no time for playing with a Flappy Rooster right now, though.
The story at this time, and gang wars are still an escalating problem at Bridge Street, where the police are struggling to regain control. Commuters are advised to...
Hey, Lucy, I'm home.
Oh, hey, dude. Still alive, huh?
There is a note saying, sent over a maid to make you breakfast. Don't breathe in while chewing. Love, Mom.